Hello again, peasants. So in this video, I roasted Genshin characters while drawing them, and now I will roast characters from Honkai Star Rail, aka my fave game from Hoyoverse. So let's roll. I spent my precious money, so I hope we pull a baddie. Please God, let me pull a baddie, please. Ooh la la. Okay, first let's draw Black Swan. First off, who the heck names their child Black Swan? Also, I don't know why there's a belt on her head. What is she gonna do with that? Slap me? Yes, please, mommy. Anyway, first we're gonna draft out the sketch. Let's give her a coy smile. I actually really like the veil on her head. She's like if a nun was emo. Anyway, we got the rough sketch. Now let's draw the details. And if you've drawn any character from any Hoyoverse game, you know you will suffer from all them details. So she got this choker thingy on her neck. I can't tell if she's a goth nun or an emo assassin with her whole getup. But anyway, what even is this top? Where'd she get this top from? Victoria's Secret? I'm trying to make this as symmetrical as possible, okay? This is so hard to draw. But anyway, let's just add the base colors real quick. Right. Let's add some blush on her cheeks, on her juicy lips, and then some shadows on her booba. As for the veil, we're gonna shade it like this, so it looks like it's drew majestically on her head. Oh, wait a second. She actually has a pattern on the veil. I'm so stupid. Let's erase. One thing about me, I will just copy paste the pattern. This makes my life so much easier. Well, anyway, now we got this. So let me teach you how to yassify your art. First, we add a background. I have this free nebula brush. It's pretty cool. Alright, now it looks like she's floating in space. Like she just got voted out in Among Us. And then let's add a light on the right. And immediately, that sets the mood. I also made this part of the veil lighter, as if she's glowing from within. What that does is it separates her from her clothes. Not in a weird way, okay? In an art way. So anyway, from here, we can now render, which basically means we can yassify the lips like so. Juicy. And also the boobas. As for that hair, listen, all you gotta do is add spikes like this. Be sure to add different colors, okay? And then bam. We also want to add some shadows below her veil to add some dimension. Lastly, let's add the belt like so. Like, what the heck is this even for, man? And there we go. Emo nun. Overall rating. She very much gives off ominous vibes. Like, she looks like she's into astrology, and she might even sacrifice you to a demon, but that's okay because she's still smexy. An animal that reminds me of her is a spider. And yeah, overall her character design is 10 out of 10. Also, she reminds me of Secretive Plotter from ORV. Anyway, very cool. Spank me, mommy. Next. Okay, now let's draw Dr. Ratio. Now, I did not exactly pull him. Hoyoverse literally just gave out this 5-star character for free, and to that I say, ooh la la, as they should. They gave out a hunk though. Let's draw him now. So I'm gonna give him this very seductive expression. We're gonna draw half body so you can see his biceps. Now, his design is a little confusing. Like, I don't know what he's supposed to be. He dresses like a dignified scholar, but his biceps are too big for him to be smart. Like, he's definitely a himbo. Anyway, we're gonna shade the muscular arms over here, and then let's add some dramatic lighting on the right again. Let's add a blue background, and then, of course, the nebula brush. Okay, so let's just add the details on this thing. Why is he wearing a sash though? It's giving beauty queen. Also, this thing on his shoulder is so random, but let me show you an easy way to shade gold. So let's just add some shapes like this, and then add the shadows. Now, we're gonna airbrush a gradient like this, and use a lighter color to define it like so, and then another light. Alright. Okay, so he has this necklace. I'm just using the outline brush to make the necklace. Also, he has this flower on his head that is so zesty. Okay, never mind, it's a leaf. But anyway, let's just add a light to make it blend in with the rest of the drawing. And there we go. Okay, overall, his design is so chaotic. Like, why are his clothes so asymmetrical? That makes me so mad. But I think that's a good balance with the fact that he's supposedly a philosopher, I think. So overall, he's still very much a baby girl. But my point still stands. This guy is not a doctor. Dr. Ratio, more like Dr. Himbo. 8 out of 10. Next is Gwynathan. That is the most unique name I've ever heard. I bet she could actually use her name as her Instagram username with no problem. Anyway, let's sketch her out real quick. I want this drawing to be kind of high energy because she looks like a fire Pokemon, so her ponytail is gonna be super dynamic. So again, I'm gonna add some lights on the right. So let's just add some shadows on the left. This is easy since she has a ponytail. Shading her head is basically literally like shading a ball. So now we're gonna add some blue light on the left just to make it more smudgy. So now we have this. Let's render it once more. Rinse and repeat, baby. So for the details, we're gonna turn on border effects. What this does is that every time you draw, there's an outline. So let's use this to draw her top. Bam! Look at that. Screw liner. Just use this. And then we can just add lighting to the gold. Lastly, let's add the flower thingy on her ponytail. Alright. We're finished. Okay, overall, I honestly don't know what she's supposed to be. All the other characters have an animal they're inspired from, but she's just kind of there. So yeah, I don't really know what to feel. She was the most simple to draw, but she kind of mid. But I did have fun drawing her though. 6.5 out of 10. Next. Okay, now we're gonna draw Sparkle. I know who names their child Sparkle. Corny as heck name, but she's a new character that you can pull.
But Kooleen, why do I need to pull her and play this game?
Listen. As I mentioned, Honkai Star Rail is a space fantasy RPG, and it's my fave game from Hoyoverse because it's a semi-open world where you can explore space and complete silly missions, and it's turn-based. Also, you can literally just chill while your characters are battling with the automatic feature. And the mommies and daddies in this game. Now, they have a massive 2.0 update and a new world called Penacony, which may seem like a luxurious vacation getaway, but it's more than what meets the eye. Ooh. So there's way more stuff in this 2.0 update, like wall walking. And if you log in for 7 consecutive days, you receive 20 Star Rail special passes for free. So go ahead and download it with my link in the description and use my redemption code to obtain 50 Stellar Jade. Alright, now let's proceed to drawing Sparkle. Let's draw a real quick fast sketch. Okay, why does she look like she wants me to end her suffering? I'm gonna add some spice to her pigtails by adding these gaps, okay? That way it looks like it's a flowy av. Okay, well anyway, she looks like bootleg Hatsune Miku. So let's just color real quick. Since her hair is long av, we're gonna add some blue to the ends just so it's not a boring brown color. Right. Now, again, add some lighting on the right. Guys, once I learn how to render boobas properly, it will be over for all of you. Okay, so for this top, not gonna lie, she low-key has the Wonder Woman top. She even has the chest for it. Anyway, we're gonna add another mask just so she has something to hold on to. It's dumb, I know. I also almost forgot to add this arm sleeve and then on the other side as well. Okay, so this is actually the first time in my life that I am not using a 3D model to draw a mask because all the fox masks are too expensive and I'm broke af. So I'm just rendering this real quick. Okay, overall, it says in her description that she's a mischievous and unpredictable girl. And I think they got her vibes right. From her character design to the fact that she looks like she's 4'11". So overall, I rate her design 1 bajillion out of 10. Alright, so I finished all of it now. My hands are dying. Yeah, so if you're gonna look at all my art, I literally only know one type of lighting, which is really glowy light on the right and then some ambient blue light on the left. Sorry, that's all I got. But I really liked how these turned out, not gonna lie. My favorite one is Black Swan. I really like the composition of this one. I did that. Anyway, is it just me or are all Honkai Star Rail characters inspired from animals? Like with Dr. Ratio, it's like a bird, I think. And with Sparkle, it's a fox. They're all inspired from animals. So that's both cool and borderline furry. Anyway, thank you Hoyoverse for sponsoring this video. Hope you guys liked it too. Watch this next one. I'll see you there. Stay cool.